Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Rising Star 2 and our playthrough with Inches from Glory. There they are. I think this is going to be mostly a maintenance episode, folks. There's a few things that I think we need to clean up and maybe kind of do a little bit of reboot on. The first thing I want to do is I want to start getting my busking and equipment, instruments, in a state where they need repair because I don't mind if those break as much. So we're going to come over here and we're going to landscape. First thing I'm going to do, so I guess I literally meant maintenance. Not really, but the fact of the matter is tomorrow we can come out busk and we should start to get some wear and tear on those instruments, and then that will sort of set the tone for trying to do more repairs and trying to help level up the folks with that skill, particularly the ones who really don't have a prayer of fixing anything for now until we start putting some points in it. But 1 in 100 you're going to hit, and then you've gained a point, and that helps quite a bit. So that is what I wanted to do there. The other thing I want to do is we need to diversify our scope of attitudes. I went through and I categorized all of them, and it turns out I was only using effectively 5 attitudes across my 5 folks. In fact, almost everybody had outcast. 3 of them have digital, 3 of them have trust, and I think all but 1 of them had homegrown. So we're going to start to clean up the homegrown. First of all, we have a ton of homegrown songs, and in fact, we archived a homegrown song because it wasn't playable right now. So we even have one here in the bank that we can bring back that actually was doing okay. It wasn't amazing, but it was doing okay. And I think we're also going to clean house on our song list, and we're going to just kind of start fresh, clean things up, write a bunch of songs, and then practice the heck out of them. So I would think that for the next couple of weeks, we're probably going to be just doing some local gigs to try out some songs to get some exposure, and that's going to do it. First, though, let's get these things adjusted with changing attitudes. Now, Angel recently changed an attitude. She can't change anything for 11 days. We have 10 pairs of attitudes that are selected at the beginning of the game that we chose, and I believe all of mine were customized. I did kind of borrow from the ones that were already out there. I kind of tweaked them a little so that they were mine, but I had decided to do that for a couple of reasons, and I don't really fully remember why anymore. But nonetheless, the pairs I have, there's 10 of them. And I went through, mapped them, and made sure that I don't run into a problem where people will start to not like each other. I believe that's where the contention here happens. You start to get meh and terrible when they have competing attitudes. So Chad is, he's homegrown, but Xavier here is worldly. They'll start to have beef, is what it really comes down to. So we don't want to do that. I'm going to jump out here. And we're going to go ahead and I went through and I selected a few that I feel like I should go ahead and start to work on. And I did that by looking at the overall map and kind of figuring out these are the places we're playing right now, really. We're playing in the Midwest, and that's probably going to continue. So I looked at what is popular out there and more specifically what those opposites would be. And unfortunately, I have quite a few that I was hitting on, homegrown being a big one that is popular in several places, but in the world, it's not. And we have plenty of homegrown options right now. So I decided I'm going to just boot it for now, and we'll come back to it when it's popular again. So long story short, we're going to move some of these folks around. I'm going to move Chad's homegrown. We're going to go from that, and I'm going to go to Defiance. And basically, so it turned out I was only using 4 of these pairs right now, and none of them were competing, but that means there's 6 that we could pick from, and then because there's 2 sides to each of those, there's a total of 12. I then looked at the overall map, and I eliminated things that looked like maybe for a while wouldn't be playable. That's why I'm going with Defiance. I probably would normally go with its opposite, which is Conformity. But I think there were a couple of places that were interested in Defiance right now, and so we're going to go ahead and go with that. So Chad's attitude has changed. We're going to go to Kiwi. We're going to change her homegrown. And I'm going to change that to Faith. She's going to focus on some Faith music. And she's not, again, this is only lyrics. She's not our huge lyricist. Really, Angel is the one that sets the tempo. And we're going to change hers as soon as we can as well. I think we're going to maybe pop Trust out because these guys are getting good at writing lyrics. And at least one of them had Trust. Did both of them have Trust? No, Xavier had Trust. So we'll be wanting to change that off as well. We could also change Outcast. I think 3 or 4 of them had Outcast. Yeah, 4 of them had Outcast as well. So that maybe is the one we would change for her because this one's unique right now. Let's go down to Topher, who we can change. And we're going to remove Homegrown from Topher, and we are going to pop in there Rebellion. Because, yeah, that's what he's going to be about here for a while. He's going to be about the rebellious lyrics. And then finally, we're going to go to Xavier. And Xavier is going to change, again, Homegrown. We have so many of those in the bank right now. We're going to change him from Homegrown to Indulgence. And hopefully I didn't screw any of that up. I think we can come over here and look. And yeah, we're still pretty green there. So that's good. They're looking forward to the weekend and that. We have nothing booked right now. We will probably want to make that, change that shortly. I'll probably kick in the manager. We'll look at doing that here. But next is the song list. And I went and looked at this and I based it on popularity. And I went through and I started at the bottom. Obviously, this song's never been played. We don't know anything about it. Letting Go, we've only played once or twice, but it clearly isn't a hit. It isn't high. It is a conformity song. That's one reason to think about keeping it because it's a different attitude. But my thought is, let's cut everything that just isn't happy right now. And frankly, I think that's going to include these two. If you look at how often we've played now this one actually isn't horrible. If you look at how often we've played a song though, and what we're getting out of it, they're not as high of numbers as I would like. So here we've played this one 80,000 times, but it's a 2.9. That's not so bad. We'll keep that. Also, we don't have a choice. It's been used. It's on a CD. Once something has been recorded, you can't get rid of it. So that's something to keep in mind. But let's go and see what else we have here. Yes, so if we look basically just at popularity, I think I want to get rid of literally everything we haven't recorded from here down and just start fresh and see if we can get some things that hit. This one has been recorded. All these have been recorded down to here, and I'm thinking all the rest of these we drop. That's kind of extreme, but I feel like it's the time to do it. We've got some open time here. We can learn a few songs. We're getting to the point where we can learn 3 songs in 4 days is what it really works out to. You have to write them. That takes another day. So that's 7 days. We can do 3 songs is what it comes down to. And I'm kind of good with that. So I'm literally going to clear all these, even the ones with the happy faces. I'm not fully loving that idea, but we have some good pieces here to also work with. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we're literally going to come in here and salvage, and we're going to do this a whole bunch. Literally everything we can salvage is going to be salvaged. So the other thing this is going to do is toss a bunch of song pieces into our library. And that's something to consider. We will have lots of pieces to merge now that are larger numbers potentially, and we'll need to pay attention to that as well. 4 or 5 more here. And the other thing that I started to say is good news. I'm not sure it's good news. I can reuse these song names if I really choose to. So, and the uniform, we're going to leave that one alone. We haven't touched it yet. So that's our first one written. I want to maybe pay a little bit closer attention to my balance too. I have 3 blue songs. I only have 2 yellow, and currently what are we down to? 11 songs. We can't even do a set right now with what I just did. So we'll need another red song at least, probably 2 more of those, 1 yellow minimally. So I think that's what we will do for this week is we're going to work on that. We'll do a little busking as well. Okay, so with that done, we're going to come out here and go to write a song and develop ideas and start merging, because merging is our favorite. So where do we start? Well, I think today I want to start with the low numbers and just get things bumping up so we have options for the bigger numbers in the next couple of days. And if we get some double bumps, we might take advantage of that, like that. And yeah, let's go down into rhythms. Rhythms is always sensitive too. I don't know. It feels to me that on any particular playthrough, rhythm is the one that I never get pieces when I need them. And I don't know if there's something I'm doing or if it's just luck of the draw. I think it's just luck of the draw, really. Maybe musician type impacts it just a little bit. I don't know. There could be a couple of factors there. I'm not sure I want to know exactly what the workings of every last system are. I think it helps. I think it's beneficial to have an idea of how things fit together. It's probably good to know that if a song doesn't hit right away, it's never going to hit. You don't play it 3 years later and then it becomes a hit in this game. It just doesn't happen. Happen in the real world? Absolutely. We see it all the time, right? But not in Rising Star 2. And so knowing that makes me feel a little more comfortable. Now, could he change that in the future? Absolutely. In fact, I would probably recommend it to some extent. I kind of like the idea of maybe I should, maybe there could be better indicator if a song has potential to eventually become, started to say useful. That's not very nice, but that's maybe, a utilitarian approach to it. That might be a nice thing to have, is like, hey, this song it's a really good song. Maybe if it's your 100% quality songs, maybe that's what it should do. Any song like that, maybe you need to come back and play again at another date and see if maybe things have changed to where it's more popular now. I don't know. Just some thoughts. I'm not the one who wrote the game, and I'm not the one doing the work. So there you have it. Let's go to write a song again and construct. And boy, we have some options now, don't we? And I don't think we'll have any significantly new song pieces based on the merging we just did, or the lyric attitudes we just changed. We haven't done anything yet for that to really get impacted a lot, but we can look through here and see if maybe we have like a 25 from Topher. See, homegrown. We are all over the place with homegrown. We don't need to mess with homegrown at all. He could do a digital. That wouldn't be the worst thing. Let's see what else. And I do want to try to keep my song quality at, obviously I want to hit 100% as much as I can. I want to maybe say, let's not write anything below 85%. Let's try to keep the quality at least at 85% for our songs, just to give us the best chance of having awesomeness. Yeah. If it's not a word, I'm going to use it anyway, at least in that case. So what else do we have going on here? Yeah, I don't know. I guess, well, maybe let's go with another conformity. We only have the one, so we're not like overdoing it if we do that. We'll go with conformity. Let's find a good riff. Maybe want to hold on to that so he has something to work with in the future if he chooses to chase after some awards. Let's go with that one. Of course, you have to have lyrics in order to make that work too. And that's something I have really struggled with so far. And then we need a 25 green. And I don't know that we're going to find one of those. So at least a 10 green. I do have a couple of those. Here's a 15. I think I'm going to use that one. We'll get to 90% on this one. We'll be happy with that. We're talking about conformity in this one. So let's go with, I don't know, what's a great name here? Conformity. Let's go with, not J. That's my new keyboard kicking in for me. When I set my fingers on the keys, I often accidentally hit that one. Order in the chaos. Is that right? Yeah, I think that works. We wanted at least one more medium song. Let's make that one this one. There we go. Order in the Chaos has been added to our song list. Let's go outside and go across the street and, oops, wrong keys, folks. Hate when that happens. That was supposed to be W to drive, and I hit E to enter. We're going to busk right there. There we go. We could stand to maybe get some new shirts, too. We are sitting on a little bit of a nest egg now, but we'll catch up with that stuff in the near future. Let's go ahead and go home. Just to demonstrate why we're doing the busking, I'm hoping that caused a little bit of wear on those instruments. If we come in here, yeah, see the busking instruments, it cost about 2 points, 2 to 3 points on each of those. So we could come in here and have Xavier try to repair some of these. Hey, he repaired it right off the bat. Look at that. He got a whole 3 experience points for that because it didn't really need it. What this would be more for is like Angel, who has a 1. We come in here and... Okay, so she gets some experience, not a lot. She gets a little experience, and it does wound the instrument a little bit when you fail. So now we could come back and have Topher try to clean this up. Nope, he failed. I'm sorry, that was Xavier, not Topher. And we can do the same here with Topher. Maybe we go with a different one, though. The idea being when they hit, they'll get a few points. And that's what we're kind of looking for. You need to click Kiwi, then you need to click the thing you want her to try to fix. Yeah, no good there. And we can finally have Chad give it a try. He needs a 7. Did we already spend his? No, we didn't. We need to pick an instrument. So 7% chance, and he failed on all attempts. Now, the one thing to note is because the instrument was more damaged, I think he got more experience than the folks did that were only trying it when it needed 1 or 2 points. So just a side note there. Let's go and develop some ideas. Let's see if we have any bigger ones this time to maybe merge in. I am on merge. That's good. I'm not seeing any wiggling. Okay, well, here we go. Kiwi's got a few ideas here. There's 1, and that's half our points. And let's come down to greens, see if we have anything substantial down here. Kiwi, Kiwi, Kiwi. Here we go. Let's bump an Angel one. Give her a chance to show off her song, her music writing abilities. At least eventually, that's the goal. Down to where some 6s can work. Here we go, and then just some 2s. We'll go with Trust there. Then we're going to write another song. And this time, let's not do conformity this time. Let's find something else. Digital. We can do digital. We've got a bunch of digital songs. This won't kill us. Oh, we could do an Outcast song too. Did we have a lot of those? I don't think we did. Let's go ahead and go with an Outcast song. Still popular. Yeah. Worldly popular too. It's not just local, which has caught me off guard as we've seen in the past. Let's go with a 25 from Kiwi. What can we get from Rhythm? We could do a 15 here, which means we need a 25 on the bottom. So let's do the best we can down here. We saw we had some Kiwi parts there that could work too. Ouch. Maybe we take this one off and start here. There's a 35. Let's hold on to that for her. 15. Was there some 20s? There are some 20s. Let's go with that 20, then up to riffs. Okay, we got a little bit of wiggle room in riffs. Let's see what we can do here. I don't know if we had a 20 up here though. Yeah, we do. We have at least one. We have 2. There it is. We have a 100-point song on being an outcast. Let's go with, just checking my chart here so I don't duplicate names. Yep. This is a weird one, but let's do overthinking. I guess that could be one word. Overthinking things. I'm really, really good at that. Okay. All right. That's 2 songs down. Let's go ahead and write one more. We have 3 songs we can practice though, don't we? So maybe we do that. So we will merge song parts. We can do big ones, I guess. Get this over with. All right, 20s. Do a pair of those and a pair of 10s and we're in really good shape. There's a 20. Or we could just go off script. Not do any of that. And I do know we had a bunch of low numbered song wigglies here. 6 is too big though. We could do some 3s. And of course we can do 1s. Yes, again, all these homegrowns. Let's merge his homegrowns together. Try to get those sort of... We don't have to use them right now. And homegrown will come back. So, but we have so much of it right now. It's just not as important. Do that, and that's all our points. Okay, so let's go practice. We will practice our 3 songs that have need. So let's see if we're getting 35s yet. Or 30, well, I guess it would be 33. We're getting 30. So we still can use a few play points to help there, but I'll take this. That was a good offering there. Back to merge some more song parts. And again, this is just a maintenance episode, really more than anything. I know everybody just loves when those come along, but it was kind of necessary, I think, today. And we will want to, honestly, there's going to be a little less touring and a little more of this for the next couple of episodes. We'll try to get out and play somewhere, though. I don't want to absolutely kill the vibe or anything like that. Too many points. Oh, we're out of points. Already done. Good. So as you can see, we can practice these twice more, hit everything once, and we'll be able to play next week. We'll actually maybe even have another song or 2 ready. So songs will only go up 35 points on a particular day. If we only did one of these, it wouldn't go up 90 points. But next time they should go up enough that we'll be in good shape. Hometown Heart's starting to fall off. Write a song. Merge your parts. Let's go ahead and let's focus on lyrics today. And again, I want to start to, well, I'll take that because it was easy. I kind of want to start breaking down starting to lower the number of wiggly parts there are overall. So let's get to a nice core of strong pieces. You can do that though. We've gotten rid of quite a few today, so that's good. Back over to practice. We will practice these, and then tomorrow, we could go to a show today. Let's do that. There we go, at the factory. Pick up a couple of points of reputation in the area. Could stand out. We should probably go to Carbondale and do that kind of more regularly too. The Colossal Girls, okay? Going to be disappointed if it's all guys. It's not. It's mostly guys though. So yeah, all right. Okay, there you have it. Earned 3 reputation. That was the whole point. And now we're out here. We'll do some practice. Move on to the next day. Done. All right. Tonight we will do a practice of everything, and these obviously won't make it all the way up, but they'll get some attention, and we should be able to close those out pretty quickly then. So, merging some more song parts. I think I prefer, well, I know, I prefer 4-member bands because I feel like I can manage this so much better. I haven't tried a 3-member band, and I could maybe do that sometime and see if there's, more efficient outcomes and how I feel my time is being managed with dealing with these. But we have never caught up. Usually I'm caught up well before October, and we're just not anywhere near that. Now, obviously, all those days that I just jump between venues and not spend the night in a hotel and do this, those, you know, the downside is, well, you're not merging your song parts. That's very true. But it does feel like I'm doing more with that than I should have to. Let's go to this Blue Strawberry, where we have low reputation and there's 4 bands playing. Okay, not low reputation, but a lower value for it.
Staying out of trouble?
Yeah, I'm staying out of trouble, and let's go ahead and
show?
We are. They don't have anything though to play for a few weeks. We'll hold off. I was going to maybe schedule something for next weekend. We'll try another venue. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and try another venue right now. Laclede's Landing. Oh, you know what? You have to hit the button in between. So I'm trying to remember if Laclede's Landing is one of the... there we go. It is. It's one of the mid-tiers.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Can we play next week? We can. We'll be doing an opening. It'd be 9 though. That's good. And it's not for nothing. Let's take it. We'll do that. We should have a couple of new songs to try out then. And The Busy Moon. All right, results are in, new song ideas, that's always great. 3 reputation with Laclede's Landing, that is great. Let's get home and jump on in here. We were going to practice everything once, and that's mostly so I don't have to play catch up long term. This one, another day or two, it's going to go down to 96, and all of a sudden we're having to practice it twice because we hit everything, and then it's still not up to 100%. That is why I do that. If you do that roughly once a week, you're in good shape. You don't have to hit everything again. So there we hit that. And, oh, look at that. So we have a triple point day. We'll want to try to take advantage of that. Fell 99 positions. Yeah, we kind of expected that to some extent, I think. Mostly because we didn't play it at all this week. So, all right, as you can see, these went up better than I thought they would. Was that go up 7 points? I can't remember where we were sitting there, but yeah, we'll be able to just do those and clean up next time, not have to put more effort into those immediately. Let's head outside. First things first. Let's do some busking. And this again is mostly, well, it is a triple point day. There's other ways we can make points, but this will get them a couple of points. There we go. We can go ahead and go home, try repairing some instruments. We will do Xavier last. He'll back clean up for us. Maybe he'll be able to fix some stuff. Let's go to repair. Let's start with Kiwi, who has a 1. She's going to work on the djembe. It is kind of fun when you don't expect them to hit and all of a sudden they boom, there it is. Oh, wow. That wasn't expecting that. Yeah. All right. Let's have her work on this. Yeah, they're just tearing these up now, aren't they? And so that's 2. He's got a 5. He's got a 5. So, okay, either or. Let's go this way. He'll work on his own instrument. There's a hit. Awesome. So he picked up, 8 points? 7 points, sorry. 7 points there, but did he gain? I think he gained I didn't see it. It'll say up here if he gained a level in it or not. I thought he was at 5 and now he's at 7. Was he at 6 or was he already at 7? I'm not sure. But let's go to Topher. Must roll a 6 or less to succeed. Because his repair skill is indeed 6. And now it's a 7. So he did go up right there. Repair skill +1. That's exciting when those happen. And then, of course, Every time it happens, it's more likely to happen next time. I don't know how high that goes. Somebody said that it'll continue to do it all the way up to 100. I haven't seen that myself. It feels like there's like diminishing returns at some point where you don't always get the bump. But hey, hopefully we do. Now he should hit at least once, right? Statistically, just less than once. And he hasn't hit in a long time. And that's what I see happen. If he doesn't hit early, he doesn't hit often. So, all right. There we go. Repairing done. We have recorded the song that is broken photographs. Yeah, we have recorded it. Everything's been recorded that we like. This one just has never been put on a CD. So that's something we're going to want to think about, tossing this on a CD. We can release an unlabeled CD before the end of the year, and maybe that's something to maybe try to do with getting some of the songs in for folks that can compete. Really, I think Kiwi is our best bet for that. Let's go take a look at that. So we haven't merged yet today. Let's focus on Kiwi. And yeah, that'll work. And let's start with lyrics. Let's see how high we can get her lyrics. So I'm seeing where this could work. It gets it to 15 anyway. Do we have any others that match her bigger numbers? This does, and it's going to get bumped. Another 15 for her. And let's try one more time. That's not a match. I'm looking to see if the puzzle pieces match to know that it would be a good option to bump that one. So circle, circle. I don't see any circles for her. Here's one, but it doesn't have a match right now. Triangle, triangle. Don't see any of those either. And then square triangle. And I do see one of those, but it doesn't have a match. And if it doesn't have a match, none of the rest of them match it. So, yeah, there we have it. I think that's it for those pieces for her. She's got a couple of 35s here. Unfortunately, we can't do the 20s. We could do some 15s. Let's look at riffs. And let's look at these. We want to look at big difficulty numbers, although she's completely matched up there. She's got a good number here, though, 30. She's got a 35. There we go. And a 30 difficulty, so that's good. Here, the thing is these have to line up. Now, the good news is these two do. That's 70 points right there. So maybe we go see if she has a square top green that we can work on. Here's one, and we can do that next time. Here's some lower numbered ones that can work too. Now she has a 20 she can match. That'll make that probably a 25 or a 35 tomorrow. Feeling good about that. So we're not going to be able to do it today, but maybe tomorrow we can write a song with her that will be something we can toss on an EP or something, get it out there and see if she can maybe win an award this year. Too many points. Okay, I want to turn that off. Let's go ahead and hit all and just merge some ones for folks. I think Topher had a ton of song parts that were ones. Yes, he does. That's one of them. That's the other. We're done there. Okay, over to writing a song. Let's go ahead and see if we can write one just with Kiwi, using those 35s that she has. She had that one and that one. That's 70 points right there. This might work better than I had hoped. Can we... Yeah, guess what? 97, it's a technical song. It's an Outcast song that's currently popular. It's 100 quality. It's all by Kiwi. So this is what you want to do to try to win an award. The other step is you have to record it and you have to release it this year. So we will definitely want to do that. I'm going to write this song. And then what I will do is mark it in a way that we know, hey, we want to make sure this one gets recorded and released. We'll put a tag on it that will kind of hopefully indicate that to me. And let's go with, what is this? It's Outcast. Let's call this Prom Queen. High energy. Yeah, we want to make it high energy, I think. There we go. We have a song that Kiwi might be able to win an award with. So let's come in here and look at that. There it is. We're going to assign it a tag so that we remember to look at it in the future. We can assign it a couple of tags, actually, and maybe we want to do that. I think I'm going to give it a keyboard. What I had been doing in the past is I would mark it with the instrument for the person that I wanted to represent that it was one that was written by a single person that could be eligible or at least more likely to win an award. So we're going to do that. We're just going to use the keyboard, and then we will know when we see that song in the list, hey, this is one we want to make sure we get recorded, etc. The song doesn't have to be liked to win an award. It has to be difficult. It has to be high quality, and as many pieces as possible need to be written by the same person. Well, all 4 are written by her. It's 100 quality. It's extremely difficult song. We also have to have high play skill in it. So she might need to work on her playing skill a little. She doesn't have far to go. And when we record it, we'll need her to be maybe just a little higher. We can maybe focus on that on her next level. But that's what we're going to do there. And that's how that does indeed work. Okay, well, we have done a lot of maintenance. I know it's the middle of the week, but we're going to go ahead and save off here. And we will move on to the next episode where we start to do a little bit more fun stuff, maybe a little less of the maintenance. Until then, I want to thank you for your time this time. And until next, fair travels.